Welcome, everyone, to the Diamond at Leander, where Leander is getting ready to take on the Lehman Lobos in Game 2 of the 3-game series here, wrapping up District 25 6A play today. If you tuned in last night, you got to see the Lions win the opener by a score of 9-1 behind a stellar pitching performance by Ryan Gallagher on the mound. He also received a whole lot of help from the plate from Hudson Ruin, Alex Hensley, Noah Kellum, and others. Joining me today will be Eric Kellum. I grabbed him out of the stands and said, hey, you got to come help me here, as Mr. Hensley, my typical producer, is still out of town with his older son at a drumline competition, and they just missed making the finals. I think he said it was by 0.06 of a point. So
oh, wow.
It was a little heartbreaking for him, but he said it was a very good performance nonetheless, and we want to shout out to Rich if he's listening. And if you are, Rich, you happen to be tuned in and you can live tweet the updates again like you did last night, I would appreciate that. It is a little bit of an overcast Saturday afternoon here in Leander, Texas. The Lobos had to drive up from Kyle, and when I rolled in, it was still a little bit of rain in the air. It seems like the precipitation has stopped, though. Again, it's a little overcast, and it's in the, mid-60s, would you say?
About 64. About
64 degrees, so it's a nice day. We're up in the press box, so we'll stay relatively dry. Doing games on the road in this kind of weather can be tricky as you try to keep the equipment from getting wet. We played Cedar Park earlier in the year, and the game ended up being called sometime in the 4th inning due to the precipitation. And it was not really rain, though, but it was that kind of thick moisture in the air that just sticks to everything. I remember having the equipment under my table with a trash bag over it, and I think if you go back and look at the stream, you probably see my coffee cup in the stream holding the trash bag in place. That was, of course, pre-district play, and it looks like Coach Grissom's coming out onto the field now with the 2 umpires, and we'll wait for the Lehman coaches, and we'll go through the typical pregame process, including the national anthem and the we'll also be doing the lineups as well here on the PA. We're going to take a quick break here on SHN Sports. We'll be right back.
Is it?
Hey friends, Rob Hipp here, Director of Operations with SHN Sports. Need a friendly reminder of upcoming broadcasts? We have a simple solution. Join the SHN VIP list today. Stay up to date with upcoming broadcasts, events, and other exclusive content. Visit shnsports.com/VIP. That's shnsports.com/VIP. Thousands of listeners, laser-focused marketing, and showing a high level of community involvement. Those are a few of many reasons to advertise with SHN Sports. We strive to keep our broadcast as affordable as possible, and your support makes that happen. Please consider advertising with SHN Sports. Email rob@shnsports.com. That's rob@shnsports.com. We have a solution for everyone.
Safe driving should be rewarded. That's Allstate's stand. Contact your local Allstate agent, Amy Maddox, at 512-257-1753. You're in good hands with Allstate.
This is Coach Grissom, and you're listening to Leander Line Baseball on SHN Sports.
Welcome back to the Diamond at Leander here, where the Leander Lions are getting ready to take on the Lehman Lobos. We're here pregame for Game 2 of the 3-game series here in 25-6A. The Lions took Game 1 last night, as we mentioned a few moments ago, 9-1. On the mound today for Leander is going to be Joel Rios. and that'll put Clayton Maddox at the catcher spot for Leander. Also getting a start for the Lions is Griffin Evans in the DH role, as Tyler Karras will be playing defensively at third, which is the typical position for Joel as he when he doesn't pitch. And so the umpires and coaches discuss probably the weather. Maybe they're talking about the Astros 2017 World Championship.
Maybe. Thank you, Chuck, for having me on the call.
You're welcome.
The call today. I appreciate you bringing me out of retirement.
Well, I saw you walk by last night when I was alone, but by the time I saw you, I had already gone on the air, and I was like, oh, man, I sure could use their
I will say that Mark Sickles, who jumps in your call on the call with you, he does an outstanding job.
Yeah, he is fantastic. In fact, Mark may be taking over this in the future. He doesn't know that, but this may be something. I mean, he really is. His coaching experience in the sport is such that he can step up here and he's got the voice and he can do the play-by-play.
So
we're going to do the anthem, is what he's saying.
That's good. We don't lose much with Mark. He's really good on calls.
Yeah, and I do enjoy having him here. He's also very adept at keeping the box score, and he analyzes some things that a guy like myself doesn't necessarily notice. And so it looks like we're going to get the teams lined up here along the base lines.
Welcome to the Diamond at Leander High.
And we'll tune in here to the PA for a moment for the starting lineups.
Leading off, number 2, Bedden Getting, second base. Batting second, the right fielder, number 7, Austin Gonzalez. Batting third, number 11, the third baseman, Albert Martinez. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 20, Lucas Abbott. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 10, Braden Solons. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 16, Justin Edwards. Batting seventh, the pitcher, number 9, Shane Miles. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 15, Joe Martinez. And batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 1, Justin Evans.
That is the lineup for the Lehman Lobos here going into Game 2, and the Lions will be next on the lineup announcements. We'll let the PA do that as well. I mentioned a few of the players, but we'll hear it from Mr. Beltran.
The shortstop, number 16, Noel Salazar. Batting second, the
nothing wrong with a little rush in the background
either. Pitching and batting third, number 4, Joel Rios. Batting fourth, playing second base, number 5, Anthony Beltran. Batting fifth, playing first base, number 24, Alex Hensley. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 1, Omar Hernandez. Batting eighth, and the catcher, Clayton Maddox. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Griffin Evans. Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 7, Noel Kellum. And playing third base, Tyler Garros.
That is your lineup for your Leander Lions today as we get ready to get started here. We'll have the anthem first, and then we'll go into the...
like everyone to stand, remove your hat for the national anthem.
Get to the game after that. get ready to get started here. Nice Saturday afternoon baseball here. You know, it was a little drizzly. I would have been sitting on my couch probably looking for either baseball or some playoff basketball. So,
well, knowing you, Chuck, probably looking for some football.
There's little football on now. There are some spring games if you look like on the SEC network or Big 12 or the Longhorn Network, rather, you'll find a little spring football. It's just not as good. I did get a little fix of football this morning as the Leander line varsity and JV scrimmaged a little bit between 7 a.m. and about 8:10 this morning, and I got to go watch my youngest compete to try to make the varsity here going into his sophomore year. He's playing nose tackle at this point, so we'll see. You know,
well,
it's a long
in
way
your
to go.
blood, isn't it?
Football, maybe. Certainly since probably the generation before mine, at least. Before that, I have very little knowledge athletically, except for one of my great uncles is actually in the Boxing Hall of Fame.
Nice.
He was the Terror from Terre Haute was his nickname. Of course, he this is in the 20s, so there actually is a book written about him. You could find it on Amazon. Of course, you know, even though he's my relative, I haven't purchased the book, so I should probably look into that. I also have a nephew that boxes as a result of that, though. He boxes Golden Gloves there in the Fort Worth area, attends Granbury High School.
Nice. Well, let's talk a little bit about Joel.
Let's do it.
Mr. Rios had a little rough outing at Westlake. You know, to be quite honest with you,
atypical of his starts.
He's been very consistent all year long, so he's been one of the go-to guys in this rotation for Coach Grissom. So we expect him to bounce back today and get all his pitches going here. He comes at you at different arm angles, and he's a veteran presence on the mound to help these Lions get this game 2 here against the Lobos.
Yeah, Lions need to go on ahead and win out and hope some things shake their way to potentially squeeze into that last playoff spot. We'll see here. Gettig, the leadoff hitter for the Lobos as we open our game this afternoon. Rios Wines delivers inside for a ball. So Gettig will have a 1-0 count.
Gettig.
It's not really sure on that second pitch as I wasn't paying good enough attention. That one inside. Looks like it's probably going to be the third ball of the count.
We don't appear to have a lot of moisture in the air right now, so
there's a strike.
Most of it is going to pick up on that's already on the field. So hopefully the weather.
It's just the elements aren't such to help it dry out. There's too much moisture in the air. And Salazar has a little trouble with that one. It goes between his legs because of potentially the wetness of the field. As you see, it looked like he expected it to hop, and it stayed down.
It looked like he was anticipating a hop there, and it did not. It stayed down.
And so an error for the Lions here to open the game, and the Lehman Lobos have a runner over on first base. So we'll bring up to the plate with the Lobos now Austin Gonzalez, the right fielder. So Rios looks over to first where Gettig is, and he throws that way to Hensley. He's gonna, and the line pitchers do this a lot. They work the runners that get on and try to keep them honest and close to the bag if they can. First delivery home from Rios to Gonzalez is low and inside, and that's a ball. So Gonzalez steps back into the batter's box here. 1-0 count. Rios looking over his shoulder at first, delivers home. Just misses the strike zone low. It's going to run the count to 2 balls and no strikes here. Runner on first, no outs. early baseball on Saturday.
You know,
6A
Joel's
Texas ball.
been real consistent all year. He has had trouble in the first innings of his starts, but he's been able to settle in for the majority of his games and really finish strong. So let's hope this isn't the case. We get a ground ball here and a double play.
He quickly turns those to first. You know, I often wonder, because of their age, that do they really warm up to the degree that needs to be done when they get out there to start their game? Because you kind of see them get into a groove after an inning or two sometimes. That delivery chop foul, it'll be a 2-1 count. You know, I say that because I watched some of the pitchers warm up prior to a Round Rock Express game, and their warm-up prior to starting is pretty extensive.
Yeah.
So, and I think when you're young, you just feel like you can just walk out there and do it. And oftentimes you can, but not always. It's going to be a 3-1 count here to Gonzalez, as Rios needs to try to get him an out here. Corner infielders playing towards the grass for a potential double play. That one chopped fair. Rios going towards first, able to scoop it and toss it to Hensley.
Now batting number 20, the catcher, Albert Martinez.
So the runner will advance over to second base. There will be one out here, as coming to the plate now is Albert Martinez.
Yeah, some of that is just, you know, you throw your pitches in the bullpen, but getting your arm loose and getting those pitches working, sometimes it takes a couple innings to get going.
Well, you know, I refer back to that. You know, watching that guy warm up, he started throwing probably at about half this distance from the mound, and by the time he was done, he was at the wall throwing to the catcher.
Right.
I mean, it was a serious warm-up. That's a nice pitch from Rios, dropped right out of the strike zone as the hitter swung. It's a 1-1 count.
You know, Joel is a very interesting young man. I mean, I remember seeing him last year, and he pitched primary sidearm, and so now he comes at you in different angles now this year, which has really helped him.
Yeah, you know, he doesn't really tip off to the hitter when he's going to drop down to sidearm either. The first part of either of the throw rotations is the same, and so it is deceptive. Sometimes catches the hitter off guard. Got a 1-2 count. Rios winds and delivers. Slap down the first base side foul. Count will remain 1-2 here with an out. Rios working a little deliberately here on the mound as we get started. He has a runner there on second base. That runner, Gettig, got on an error. Rios looks 2 seconds, starts the windup, delivers home. It's low in the dirt. Maddox able to stop it and prevent Gettig from advancing. Count will even up at 2-2. So Martinez steps into the batter's box. 2-2 count here. Rios delivers home. It's outside got him on the outside corner for a strikeout. So he caught him looking there. It'll be the second out here in the top of the first.
Very nice pitch.
Hitter number 20, Lucas Abbott.
So Abbott comes up to the plate, the catcher for the Lobos. He's batting cleanup. Lobos have interesting batting helmets. You know, you don't often see two colors on a batting helmet in baseball. More of a softball thing, I would think. But delivery there outside for a ball from Rios. 1-0 count. The hitter, Abbott, did not play in the game last night. No point of reference for him. Second delivery from Rios delivers a strike there. It looks like it might have been the it was the second pitch. It's a 1-1 count.
Yeah,
wind. Decent sized crowd here for the weather.
The wind is blowing in just a little bit.
That delivery from Rios low. It's going to be a 2-1 count. Nice job by Maddox there to knock the ball down. keep it in front of him and keep Gettig from advancing over to third.
Yeah, Joel he's working a little slow today, getting the signs in.
They usually slow down a little bit when they have a runner on. That delivery low. It's a 3-1 count.
It's a nice pitch.
Yeah, it was a good job by the hitter, Abbott, to lay off of that because it was right over the plate, but it was a little low. We have a 3-1 delivery here. Abbott has a hitter's count against Rios. Rios delivers and puts Abbott on with a walk. And so the Lobos will have runners on first and second here with 2 outs and bring up Braden Sullins. Sullins a pretty good defensive shortstop. I believe he did have at least 1 hit last night.
Well, you hope these walks
they got a Kracy runner over on first in the name of Eric Crum, number 4.
You got that.
That delivery of ball.
Number 4, Eric Crum.
Eric Crum.
That's just a courtesy runner for the catcher, I believe. Yeah. So Abbott will remain there in the rotation.
No, I was just saying I hope these walks early don't come back and hurt us here. So let's get out of this mess.
Well, it does affect your pitch count the more pitches you throw, obviously. But Rios, it's real early right now. That pitch inside for a ball. It's a 2-0 count here to who's it? Sullins, number 10, the shortstop. Rios gets the signal from Maddox, starts his windup, glances back at second, goes sidearm, throws a strike. Right down the middle of the plate, kind of tailed outside just slightly.
Nice pitch.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And that's what we were talking about. He'll drop down into that sidearm before you know it. And while you're adjusting just to the delivery, and that one into center field, and the runner will round third. There's a throw from Montgomery, cut off by Hensley, and there will be a run scored for the Lobos. And they'll have runners on first and second here with 2 outs. It's 1-0. Coming to the plate now will be Justin Edwards, the first baseman.
Now batting number 16, the first baseman, Justin Edwards.
Edwards was the starter for the Lobos on the mound last night. He got touched up by the Lion hitters to the tune of 9 runs. Some of that given up by the relief pitcher. That first delivery from Rios to Edwards is a ball. It's a 1-0 count. So Rios looking at second as he winds up. Goes sidearm. Delivery a little bit inside. Ball 2. So a 2-0 count now to Edwards. Edwards is a little bit of a dangerous hitter. He showed that last night as he stroked a couple of them. They were outs, but they were long outs.
Yeah.
And he hits it to left field, and it's nice play by Omar Hernandez out there in left field to get the 3rd out and prevent, really, that would have probably scored 1, especially after the effort from Hernandez. Had he not caught it, it would have probably rolled to the fence there, and so good job by Omar Hernandez. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Before we do that, though, we'll take a quick break. You're listening to Leander Lions Baseball on SHN Sports. We'll be right back.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp here, Director of Operations with SHN Sports. Need a friendly reminder of upcoming broadcasts? We have a simple solution. Join the SHN VIP list today. Stay up to date with upcoming broadcasts, events, and other exclusive content. Visit shnsports.com/VIP. That's shnsports.com/VIP. Thousands of listeners, laser-focused marketing, and showing a high level of community involvement. Those are a few of many reasons to advertise with SHN Sports. We strive to keep our broadcast as affordable as possible, and your support makes that happen. Please consider advertising with SHN Sports. Email rob@shnsports.com. That's rob@shnsports.com. We have a solution for everyone.
It's Coach Kano. You're watching the Leander Lions on SHN Sports. Go Lions.
Welcome back to the Diamond at Leander, where the Lions give up one run to open the first inning to the visiting Lehman Lobos. On the mound for Lehman will be Shane Miles, right-hander, with I need to visit one of the Lions sponsors, and I'll go over those now. That sponsor is Take 5 Haircuts, as the starter Shane Miles could probably use one of those. Lowe's is also a sponsor, along with Leander Orthodontics, Timmons Insurance Agency, Malik & Company, Texas Spine and Injury Center, Austin Simply Fit, and Amy Maddox with Allstate. So Salazar will come to the plate here for the Lions. Noel is hitting, let's see where I've got pitcher stats pulled up here. Let's see what Salazar's hitting on the year. Had a pretty decent couple of at-bats last night. He's hitting .271 on the year. He steps into the batter's box here. First delivery from Miles. Looked low, but they're going to call that a strike.
Strike now. Let's see if Noel can get us going here.
0-1 delivery. And that's a strike. Salazar taken there, and he's down 0-2 quickly to the starter, Shane Miles. Maybe it's kind of a Samson and Delilah thing. He needs the hair. That one fouled off by Salazar to stay alive. Every teenager just about wants to grow their hair out. I mean, very few actually do, but
most of them, unfortunately, grew up in the 80s.
Well, those are the ones that had mullets. That one hit very high and out by the third baseman, so Salazar goes down here with a fly ball, infield fly.
Montgomery.
Yeah, unfortunately, Noel got a little behind on the count there. It was in protect mode, so just looking to protect it and just popped it up.
So Montgomery coming to the plate now had a pretty good night at in the batter's box. First delivery of ball to him. Mason hitting for a fairly high average for Leander on the year at .423. Takes a swing at that one for a strike. It looked like it was a little bit outside. Couldn't quite reach it. 1-1 count here with one out. We're in the bottom of the first where the Lobos lead the Lions 1-0. Wind up from Miles, delivery, and big cut from Montgomery. Didn't quite catch up to it. Didn't look like he kept his eye on the ball there. Got a 1-2 count. Miles winds and delivers. Montgomery waited on that changeup, and he muscles it foul on the third base side out of play.
Yeah, pitcher's working fast and working ahead.
Looks like he's throwing quite a few off-speed pitches, which can take a little bit of getting used to, and we'll see if the Lions are able to do that. Montgomery slaps a single on the first fastball from Miles to him in that at-bat, and so the Lions will have a runner on first base here with one out. Rios with an opportunity here to try to help himself out at the plate.
Yeah, nice job of hitting there, Mason. He got something to hit. He was down in the count, and he got a.
That was the first fastball that Miles threw to him, and he took it to right field. And so Rios steps into the box here to face Shane Miles. Miles starts the windup. He delivers. Low and outside, ball one. Rios is very selective at the plate. You know, Coach Grissom has mentioned a couple of times to me about his hand-eye coordination, both in the field defensively and at the plate. One of the better at that for the Lions. And that one slapped to right field. It's hanging up, and it's going to be caught by the right fielder for the second out here in the Lion first inning. And so coming to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first is going to be Anthony Beltran, the Lions' second baseman.
Anthony Beltran.
Yeah, stadium lights are on right now. I don't think it's going to get much brighter today.
Yeah, I wonder if that is on a sensor or if that's something you turn on a timer.
Sure. That's good. Good point.
Because I know the stadium lights over at AC Bible have to be turned on, and there is a timer. One time we were doing a game, there was a lightning delay. It was a Pop Warner, or an AYF game, rather. And during the third quarter, the stadium lights shut off. It was a night game, so it was pitch black during a play. There was a delay because the lights have to warm back up.
Oh, I was about to say, it's going to take them a while to get back up.
There's a steal attempt. Nice throw from the catcher. And they get Montgomery, and that'll be the Lion first inning as the catcher for the Lobos able to make a nice throw out there to get Mason Montgomery. So we'll head to the top of the second inning here with the Lobos on top 1-0, and they'll have another opportunity at the plate. We're going to take a break here. You're listening to Leander Line Baseball. We'll be right back.
Hey friends, Rob Pip here, Director of Operations with SHN Sports. Need a friendly reminder of upcoming broadcasts? We have a simple solution. Join the SHN VIP list today. Stay up to date with upcoming broadcasts, events, and other exclusive content. Visit shnsports.com/VIP. That's shnsports.com/VIP. Thousands of listeners, laser-focused marketing, and showing a high level of community involvement. Those are a few of many reasons to advertise with SHN Sports. We strive to keep our broadcast as affordable as possible, and your support makes that happen. Please consider advertising with SHN Sports. Email rob@shnsports.com. That's rob@shnsports.com. We have a solution for everyone.
Safe driving should be rewarded. That's Allstate's stand. Contact your local Allstate agent, Amy Maddox, at 512-257-1753. You're in good hands with Allstate. Welcome back to the Diamond at Leander, where Shane Miles, the starter for the Lobos on the mound, steps to the plate here to open the second for the Lobos, the bottom of the second. First delivery from Rios. Going to be called a ball. 1-0 count to Miles. Rios winds and delivers. Chops it right to Rios. He gets a nice leisurely toss over to first base, and that'll be the first out for the Lobos here in the top of the second.
Now batting number 15, the center fielder, John Martinez.
So Martinez, the center fielder, will come to the plate now. Nobody on to face Rios. Rios having a good outing. You know, the only run scored is he got on as a result of an error. That delivery high for a ball. He's not throwing as many strikes as you're used to him throwing, but he has been able to work out of some jams here early. Yeah. Got a strike there. It's a 1-1 count.
He seems to be moving more into what we see from Joel, getting ahead of hitters here.
Well, it's certainly not a warm day, so you don't come in immediately warmed up.
Looks like he's starting to kind of find you here.
That one a little bit outside for a 2-1 count. Rios winds. Slapped over to Salazar at short. He gets it on a hop and fires to Hensley for the second out here in the Lobos second. And you like to see Rios be able to work quickly and get outs quickly. So the DH, Chaston Evans, is coming to the plate now. He's batting in the 9 hole for the Lobos.
Yeah, 2 ground balls, 2 outs.
You like to see that as Evans comes to the plate. You don't want to give any 2-out rally here, though. So first delivery from Rios, a strike. And so he gets up in the count quickly here, 0-1. Rios winds and delivers. It's outside for a ball. Looked like he released that one pretty late. You wonder if the ball gets a little bit wet and the pitcher's grip is adjusted as a result. 1-1 delivery. Chopped towards Rios. He gets it barehanded, fires it to Hensley for the out. And the Lions, nice play there by Rios defensively. Lions quickly set the Lobos down 1-2-3 here in the second. So we'll head to the bottom of the second. We'll stay with the broadcast here. I will go on ahead and take this opportunity to mention the Lions sponsors. They include Lowe's, Leander Orthodontics, Take 5 Haircuts, Timmons Insurance Agency, Malik & Company, Texas Spine and Injury Center, Austin Simply Fit, and then Amy Maddox with Allstate. And so, Eric, we talked about it a little bit. It looked like Joel started out a little cold, and then he seems to have settled in here as he progressed through the second part of the first and all the way through here in the second inning. So basically we're looking at needing the Lions to start stringing some hits together.
Yeah, let's put some hits together here, put some runs. But that's Joel. That's what he's done all year long. So last start against Westlake was, I believe, a fluke. I think he's on track to have a typical Rios starting game. So let's hope for the best here.
So Beltran will come up here in the second. He was at the plate as the first closed, but the catcher for the Lucas Abbott, the catcher for the Lobos, was able to make a nice throw to second to catch Mason Montgomery in a steal attempt. So,
yeah, something tells me maybe there might have been some movement there, maybe hit and run, maybe that was put in play, because Mason didn't look like he got the best jump there. But the catcher made a nice throw down there and got him caught stealing. So
Beltran hitting 269 on the season. He has driven in 12 runs and scored 5 on the year. Steps into the plate here to lead off the Lions second. Miles winds up, delivers a ball on the outside, way outside, here to open the at-bat.
Well, the keep stat is there. It's 12 RBIs. That's
a lot.
That's a good
key
number.
Hits.
That's a good number for your second baseman, and he's come up with
It's a
some
good number
big,
if you're anywhere, really,
yeah,
but second baseman especially.
He's come up with some really big hits for the Lions this year.
That delivery in for a strike. It's a 2-1 count. Looked like it might have been a little low, but strike zone is what it is as long as it's consistent. 2-1 count. Miles winds, delivers. Beltran slaps it foul, and that'll even the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes here with no outs. Bottom of the second inning. I really thought we weren't going to get this game in last night when I left Lehman, and I'm kind of glad we did. Otherwise, there'd be a doubleheader or an extra game during the week next week. That delivery stays up in the strike zone. The count's going to run full. That was a pretty nice off-speed pitch from Miles, but Beltran able to lay off of it here, and he has a full count.
It's a little belt high. Let's hope he gets a nice
Miles
strike
delivers. Payoff pitch is low, and Beltran is on with a walk.
That'll work.
So the Lions will start off the second here with a runner on first and no outs for Alex Hensley, the first baseman.
Number 24, the first baseman, Alex Hensley.
Shout out to the Hensley family. Again, my producer, Rich, typically is here, but he's out of town for his older son, RJ, drumline competition. And he is live tweeting the scores for us today. Miles winds and delivers to Alex. Alex lays the bunt down. Oh, almost stays fair. You don't really expect Hensley to come up and lay down a bunt if you're the opponent, but we've seen him do it a few times this year, and Coach Grissom not afraid to ask any of his hitters to lay down a bunt.
Yeah, especially Alex here.
Yeah.
He's usually diving around, or like big football player here, driving the ball to the outfield.
Right, he usually slaps it.
That's good to see sacrifice himself, though. Oh.
0-1 delivery, and Hensley did turn to bunt, but that pitch stayed high and inside, and he wisely pulls the bunt.
I only bring that up because of last night's play at home plate where he dove at home, and I had a good view of it. I thought he was safe, but it was bang bang, and that's typical.
Yeah, it was
Hensley
a tough call.
play there.
Kind of Pete Rose, and he fakes the bunt, pulls back, and swings a base hit into left field. And there's some trouble by the left fielder, and the runner will advance over to first. So Beltran is going to be over at third, and Hensley will advance to second here. And there'll be no outs in the lines with 2 runners in scoring position. Hernandez coming to the plate now. The left fielder made a nice defensive play in the first inning, as he prevented more than one run had already come across. And if it wasn't for Hernandez's diving catch there in left field, it likely would have been at least one more.
Yeah, it was outstanding. Outstanding catch. Yeah, I mean, you need those kind of breaks out there. Just what happened there, just a little drop, and the outfielder wasn't able to get the ball, and a little extra advancement of the runners will help.
Well, Hernandez squares up to bunt, and it goes foul on the first base side. Yeah, Hensley didn't have all of his typical momentum on a swing because he was turned down to bunt, and he had to pull back about 3/4 of the way, and then he just slapped it over there in the dead area in left field, and it rolled past the left fielder. That one on the inside corner evidently looked inside to me, but it's an 0-2 count now to Hernandez.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that the third baseman was rushing in on that bunt, and he fell down.
It is a little slick out there.
So.
And again, the conditions aren't such that the sun's out to dry it out, so what's on the ground will stay there regardless of whether or not there's any precipitation in the air. It doesn't appear that there's much, if any. Just a slight breeze coming in from left center. 1-2 count here to Hernandez. Lions looking to tie it up here at least. Miles winds up, delivers the 1-2 pitch high and outside. Count leaving up.
Yeah, I mean, we need Omar here to do his job, put the ball in play somewhere, and get this run.
Lobos playing near the grass all around the infield to try to get the runner at home if there is an infield hit.
There we
go.
And
it's slapped to the second baseman. He does get a throw off, and they get Beltran at home. So the Lions will have runners on the corners with 1 out here, unable to play to run despite Hernandez putting it into play. It was a good play by the second baseman there.
Yeah, that was a really nice play. That's usually not the play you see there. The kid took a chance and threw it home and got the out, so kudos to him.
Beltran may have hesitated there on the run home, but again, you got to wonder also, was he waiting for the signal to go from the coaching there at third? And so, that's the problem with sitting up here in the booth. You don't get that exact. Yeah. What happened there, but they're nice throw by the second baseman home, and Maddox at the plate swinging there for a strike to open the at bat. That pitch looked a little low, but Maddox was going for it.
Yeah, I like what Omar did there. Put the ball in play, and it's just
a potential run.
It's just one of those that happens there at the at home plate.
Yeah, sometimes you got to give credit where it's due. The defensive play made by the Lobos, and quickly Miles up 0-2 on Maddox here with 1 out. He's trying to work himself out of this jam here as the Lions had 2 runners in scoring position here with no outs. Now they have 1 with 1 out. Maddox goes down on strikes for the second out here. So Griffin Evans will come to the plate. Evans DHing for the third baseman today. Karros in there defensively for the Lions. So Evans in the batter's box with an RBI opportunity here, 2 out. Rally. Something needs to happen here. Can't strand runners. It has cost the Lions dearly in some district games. And you don't want to continue that. And the Lions did a good job of not doing that last night at Lehman High School. And so you want to see them drive in at least one of these runners here.
Yeah, I'd like to get one on the board here. a lot of good work being done on the base pass. I'd like to see this run.
Second delivery to Evans, a ball, or it's a 2-0 count now. Evans working the count here, being selective. Runners on the corners. Miles starts the wind up, looks over his shoulder. 2-0 delivery. Slap to first base, and the first baseman will be there to make that play. And the Lions will strand 2 here in the second, and we'll head to the top of the third inning where the Lobos lead the Lions by a score of 1-0. We'll also take a break here. You're listening to SHN Sports. I'm Chuck Kracy with Eric Kellum. We'll be right back.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp here, Director of Operations with SHN Sports. Need a friendly reminder of upcoming broadcasts? We have a simple solution. Join the SHN VIP list today. Stay up to date with upcoming broadcasts, events, and other exclusive content. Visit shnsports.com/VIP. That's shnsports.com/VIP. Thousands of listeners, laser-focused marketing, and showing a high level of community involvement. Those are a few of many reasons to advertise with SHN Sports. We strive to keep our broadcast as affordable as possible, and your support makes that happen. Please consider advertising with SHN Sports. Email rob@shnsports.com. That's rob@shnsports.com. We have a solution for everyone.
This is Coach Grissom, and you're listening to Leander Line Baseball on SHN Sports.
Welcome back to the Diamond at Leander, where the Lobos are coming up here in the top of the third inning. They'll bring their leadoff hitter back to the plate, Ben Geddick. He got on with an error at short and was able to get all the way around for a run. And it's the only run of the game for either team, the Lions having the only hit of the ball game. So Rios back on the mound, ready to deliver here. First pitch delivery. Salazar with a nice play from his knees. Can't quite get the throw. And it was a good throw, but he just not enough as he didn't have his legs underneath him. And so the Lobos will have a runner on first here to open the third inning. And, you know,
number 7, Austin Gonzalez.
I would assume that's probably a base hit due to the area that it was hit to, and it'll be the first hit Rios has given up today. So coming to the plate now, Austin Gonzalez with no outs. First delivery outside and low for a ball, maybe just low.
Yeah, he grounded out to Rios his first time up.
Gonzalez back at the plate, having grounded out in the first.
Get another one of those here and turn a double play.
That'd be nice. 1-0 delivery on the inside corner, and the count evens up at 1. And, you know, that doesn't necessarily, that part of the zone doesn't really look like a strike to me, but he's calling it up for both teams, and as long as it's consistent, that's all that matters.
You know, when I see this kiddo next time, I'm going to ask him what he's throwing there. I'm sure it's a fastball or some kind of two-seam or four-seam fastball that goes sidearm. It certainly
that's
is
the only way he delivered the pitches last year. So to me, it's incredible that he's been able to really change his delivery, but that it is the main delivery that he changed to his main delivery, and he reverts back sometimes, and so
right. He's been real effective. It's a changes the eye level of the hitter. They see it from a different angle too.
Well, and they have to that microsecond that they have to adjust, and that one gets by Karros at third for a base hit, and so the Lobos will have runners on first and second here with no outs.
Now batting number 11, Albert Martinez.
So Martinez will come to the plate here with no outs.
He was a strikeout victim back in the first.
Well, we could use another one of those here in the third. Rios finds himself in just a slight bit of a jam here. No outs, runners on first and second. Trailing 1-0. That delivery in the dirt for a ball. Nice job by Maddox to block it and keep it in front of him. That'll prevent any of the Lobo runners from advancing. Rios with a 1-0 count. Starts his windup. Turns and throws it to center field, and the runners think about advancing, but Montgomery is there, and with that arm,
yeah, I probably wouldn't.
Yeah, we've seen him throw runners out from center field at home plate. So apparently the Lobos have as well.
I'm sure they have that scouting report.
Yeah, if it goes to center field, look before you continue to run.
That's a big red light there.
1-0 count. He's very accurate with those long throws as well. That one outside.
He's just not getting the call down there, is he?
It's a 2-0 count. Lobos thinking about playing a little bit of small ball here with no outs.
Yeah, Hensley's in. Karros is pretty back. So not
that one on the outside corner for the
charging.
First strike.
They could have maybe tried to get the out here at third on a bunt. Maybe that's why Karros is playing back here. Try to get the lead runner out.
Yeah, because it's not a typical bunt defense, but you do have a runner trying to advance. So someone needs to be there to take a throw attempt.
Right. Rios is a very good fielder, so probably that's their line of thinking there.
And he's kind of moving that way when he releases the ball anyway. So that pitch outside, it's a 3-1 count now to Edwards. He's the first. No, wait. Where Martinez is at the plate. He's the third baseman for the Lobos. 3-1 delivery. Rios winds and delivers. And he misses, and the bases are loaded. It was a little bit low on that pitch. Looks like it caught the inside corner, but down around the ankles, and no outs, and the bases loaded. Coming to the plate will be Lucas Abbott, who struck out in swinging in his first at bat.
Now batting number 20. Lucas.
No, wait. He got a walk and advanced to second in his first at bat.
Yeah, I'm sure the discussion on the mound here is, hey, look, let's settle things down. Let's get some strikes. They were looking to sacrifice there. I'm not saying that they should have let them bunt, but this is kind of just a reset mode here on the mound, just to settle Joel down and put him in a better frame of mind to say, hey, just those strikes, let your defense work for you.
Well, Abbott, again, he struck out in the – oh, no, he walked. Again, I keep looking at Martinez who struck out, but Abbott walked in the first. That count went pretty deep, and so he was very selective with his swings. We'll see if Rios throws him strikes. Or if he's swinging away, maybe because the base is being loaded, no outs. You know, as a hitter, it's hard to lay off any pitch in that situation. So Rios winds. First delivery is sidearm, and he hits the hitter, and that'll score a run. So the bases will stay loaded. It'll be 2-0, and coming to the plate now will be Sullins, the shortstop, who did get a single in his first at bat, and we'll have a courtesy runner come in, and that's number 4, Crum, to courtesy run for the catcher.
Now, Sullins had a nice line drive hit his first time up.
First delivery
RBI
from Rios inside. He almost plunked a second hitter in a row there. Got to be real careful with that. He tried to back him off the plate a little bit of chin music. 1-0. Rios winds, delivers. Well, that looked like a strike on the outside corner, but they're going to call it a ball. It's a 2-0 count. So Sullins ready for the pitch from Rios.
Nice
that
pitch.
one on the inside corner is a 2-1 count. Yeah, you couldn't have asked for a better pitch in that situation there.
I don't know what the discussion there is.
Maddox, I think it probably had something to do with, hey, that wasn't what I signaled.
Yeah, crossed him
That's
up a little bit.
usually what happens. You know, I think it's interesting sometimes you'll watch a catcher set up outside, and then the ball will go inside over the plate. The catcher has to lunge back in.
Yeah, it's usually the umpire that pays for that mistake.
Yeah, 2-1 delivery. Slap to AB for 1, and the throw to first is in time, but the Lobos will add 1. The Lions will get 2 outs there, and so there'll be 1 runner on third base, but the score will be 3-0 here. As coming to the plate now will be number 16, Edwards.
And that was,
I believe that's
4-6 to 3.
Yeah.
4-6-3 double play.
And so with a runner on third, 2 outs, Rios winds and delivers to Edwards. And first delivery, a strike.
I am rusty on my store boxes here, Chuck.
You know, the Lions not really having the day that they would like at the plate thus far. But you will trade 2 outs for a run in that situation every time.
Unfortunately, that's just what the Lions needed there. So,
0-1 delivery from Rios is outside. He dropped sidearm, but it carried outside a little bit. 1-1 count. Edwards looking for some revenge on the Lions after getting touched up by the Leander hitters last night. 1-1 delivery. And he's swinging for a strike there.
He lined out to Omar Hernandez. I think that was
the nice play from Hernandez.
Yeah, so I've got to be careful with this, with Mr. Edwards here.
Yeah, like I said, last night he stroked a couple of long outs to the outfield off of Gallagher. That pitch inside. It's a 2-2 count now. Need a strikeout here would be nice from the Lion starter Rios as he starts the windup here. 2-2 pitch off of Edwards' foul. Went right into the batter's box and off his leg. He didn't even flinch, though. That's a tough kid. Usually they'll walk around for a second. But if it caught like the meat of your calf, it's not nearly as bad as your shin. If you've ever done that, it hurts. 2-2 count. Rios winds and delivers and gets him swinging for the third out. It was a dropped third strike, but Maddox able to make the tag easily. And the Lions will move here to the bottom of the third, but they're down 3-0 here as we head to the third. Who's coming up for the Lions?
Yeah, up for the Lions is going to be Noah Kellum, the 9-hitter, and then Salazar and Mason.
We'll get back around to the front here. So we'll go on ahead and take a break here. You're listening to SHN Sports, Leander Lions Baseball. We'll be right back.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp here, Director of Operations with SHN Sports. Need a friendly reminder of upcoming broadcasts? We have a simple solution. Join the SHN VIP list today. Stay up to date with upcoming broadcasts, events, and other exclusive content. Visit shnsports.com/VIP. That's shnsports.com/VIP. Thousands of listeners, laser-focused marketing, and showing a high level of community involvement. Those are a few of many reasons to advertise with SHN Sports. We strive to keep our broadcast as affordable as possible, and your support makes that happen. Please consider advertising with SHN Sports. Email rob@shnsports.com. That's rob@shnsports.com. We have a solution for everyone.
This is Coach Grissom, and you're listening to Leander Lion Baseball on SHN Sports.
Welcome back to the Diamond at Leander. Coming to the plate now will be Noah Kellum. This will be his first at bat of the day. He had a couple of hits last night, drove in a run, right? Or 2 runs. I think it was 1.
He had 3 hits, but no RBIs.
Oh, no, but he scored.
I only know that because I'm his.
Because you're supposed
I'm
to.
his father.
Because you have to.
I'm keeping score.
Full
no
disclosure.
ribbies, but it's good to see him get some hits last night.
Full disclosure, yeah, his average has risen up over 250, or right at 250. So, and he takes the first offering from Miles and he slaps it to the second baseman, and that'll be an out to open the third inning here for Leander. So we'll get back to the top of the batting order as Noel Salazar will step up and take his shot here. What did Noel do in his first at bat?
He popped out to
Popped
the
out, that's right.
short.
He got down 0-2 and was protecting the plate there. So first delivery from Miles, a ball. It's a 1-0 count.
Third baseman, I'm sorry. He popped out to the third
Right. He had that outside corner. It is what it is. It's a 1-1 count now. Salazar really needs to get on here for the Lions. Got to try to get something going against Miles. He's not an overpowering pitcher, but he has a lot of different speeds that he's coming with. Salazar bunts attempts that delivery, and it goes foul on third base side. It's a 1-2 count. Salazar, again, he's a sophomore. The Lions typically have 1 or 2 of those each year that make it onto their roster. Last year, Noah Kellum one of those. And Salazar goes down swinging for the second out of the third here for Leander.
You know, I think this Mr. Is it Miles? Mr. Miles has got a pretty nice changeup.
Yeah,
that's the one that's kind of keeping us off a little bit.
He is definitely not a power pitcher despite his size. Montgomery in the box now with 2 outs. First delivery hit foul on the first base side.
Noel was really ahead on that, and I think he pulled a string on that one.
So Miles starts the windup here. That one a ball. It's a 1-1 count. 2 outs here, no runners on. Miles starts his windup. He delivers. Montgomery swinging. He was way out ahead of that one.
Yeah, there's that pitch again.
Yeah, he's getting fooled by that off-speed pitch, and you know that pitch would have been a strike regardless of whether he swung or not. So he had to swing on it. 1-2 delivery. And Montgomery gets that one, slaps it to center field. The center fielder gets under it, though. And that is the third out here in the Lion third. So we'll move to the top of the 4th inning. Lobos lead the Lions here 3-0. That's who's coming up for the Lobos here as we head into a break.
So we got Mr. Miles coming up. He'll be leading off the inning.
So we get the hair to start off for the Lobos, and so we'll be right back. SHN Sports. Safe driving should be rewarded. That's Allstate's stand. Contact your local Allstate agent, Amy Maddox, at 512-257-1753. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Should be.
Thousands of listeners, laser-focused marketing, and showing a high level of community involvement. Those are a few of many reasons to advertise with SHN Sports. We strive to keep our broadcast as affordable as possible, and your support makes that happen. Please consider advertising with SHN Sports. Email rob@shnsports.com. That's rob@shnsports.com. We have a solution for everyone.
This is Coach Grissom, and you're listening to Leander Line Baseball on SHN Sports.
Welcome back here to the Diamond at Leander. Coming to the plate will be Shane Miles for the Lobos. He is the starting pitcher and throwing a one-hitter so far against Leander. He'll face Rios here. What did Miles do in his first at bat?
Yeah, he grounded out to the pitcher. I'm sorry, back to Rios.
He takes a strike here on the first delivery from Joel to open the 4th.
I'm gonna read my own writing here. It's like I got Chuck writing.
That's what happens when you're in a hurry and you're trying to do everything quickly. There's probably a little more time. It's just like when you're playing a sport. You know, there's probably just a microsecond more, and you got to find that balance between hurrying too much and making a mistake versus calmly making the play. It's a 2-1 count here now to Miles as Rios is working quickly with no runners on the bases. That delivery high, and it's a 3-1 count now to the Lobo starting pitcher. The Lions are going to have to put together a rally here pretty quickly as we're nearing the midpoint of the ball game, and Miles is on with a walk here to open the fourth. And so each inning, the Lobos have had base runners.
Now batting number 15.
And that does affect, it affects the defense, it affects the pitching, and that's where it could be advantageous even just to have a runner on the base. Karros moves up to the grass to try to set up a double play.
Yeah, John Martinez, a left fielder, he grounded to short his first time up. Maybe we can
first delivery, a strike there.
Get another ground ball here.
This hitter Martinez, is this he had a strikeout in his first
No, he grounded out to short.
Okay. So we got an 0-1 count. Quick throw from Rios over to Hensley. One hop, and those are the ones that are really scary at times. Is if Hensley's not able to scoop it, it gets into the dugout area, and the runner certainly advances at least one base. Bunt attempt right back to Rios. That will sacrifice the runner over to second as Rios is forced to go to first with the fielder's choice. And so with one out, the Lobos will have a runner on second base.
Now batting number 1, Justin Evans.
And so Evans, the DH, batting in the 9 hole, will come up for the Lobos. He has his runner in scoring position here.
And he grounded out to Joel. His first time out. A lot of ground outs to Joel today.
We credit that to the pitching usually. If they're dribbling it to the pitcher, that's usually because they were fooled and they were just fortunate enough to get a little bit on the ball. Well, it's a 1-0 count here, that first delivery from Rios.
I think Joel will take that right now.
So 1-0 delivery. Inside, it's a 2-0 count now. So Lions needing outs here. Strikeout would work. 2-0 delivery.
Nice pitch.
I don't see how that's not a strike. It's a 3-0 count. But he's not. It's consistently not calling it a strike. And
consistently not consistent.
Well, no, I mean he's consistent. It's just not what I would define as a strike.
It's not a strike today, is it?
3-0 delivery, and that one gets right down the middle of the plate, and from the umpire's perspective, it's probably right on the edge. 3-1 count with one out. Rios starts the windup, looks back at second, delivers home, gets it on the outside corner there, and it is a full count as Rios works it back to a payoff pitch here.
And Mr. Evans was on his way to first. Not so fast.
Well, with the way the calls have been made, I don't blame him. That one would have been a strike. It's a high fly ball to Noah Kellerman right field, and he gets it right along the foul line and gets the ball in quickly, and that'll be the second out here in the Lobo fourth. So coming to the plate now for Lehman
Now number 2, Ben Gettig.
will be Ben Gettig as we get back to the top of the rotation.
Right, and he reached on an error in the first inning and had a base hit his last time at bat.
Scored both times as well. So he slaps it to Hensley. Hensley has to go out of his area, but he gets Rios with the throw. Nice coverage by the pitcher here, and we'll move to the bottom of the fourth inning. The score will remain 3-0. We'll take a break here on SHN Sports. Leander Line Baseball will be back shortly.
Thousands of listeners, laser-focused marketing, and showing a high level of community involvement. Those are a few of many reasons to advertise with SHN Sports. We strive to keep our broadcast as affordable as possible, and your support makes that happen. Please consider advertising with SHN Sports. Email rob@shnsports.com. That's rob@shnsports.com. We have a solution for everyone. Hey friends, Rob Hipp here, Director of Operations with SHN Sports. Need a friendly reminder of upcoming broadcasts? We have a simple solution. Join the SHN VIP list today. Stay up to date with upcoming broadcasts, events, and other exclusive content. Visit shnsports.com/VIP. That's shnsports.com/VIP.
This is Coach Grissom, and you're listening to Leander Line Baseball on SHN Sports.
Welcome back to the Diamond at Leander. We are getting ready to start the bottom of the fourth inning here. The Lions trail the Lobos 3-0. Coming to the plate will be the starting pitcher for Leander. Batting in the third hole is Joel Rios. I want to take this moment. I was going to do this a little earlier in the game and I got distracted, but I want to send a birthday shout out to Miss Sabrina. This is her 50th birthday. She wanted to be here at the game today but could not, as she was at Lisa Rose's dance recital. So happy 50th birthday, Miss Sabrina. And we'll get Rios here in the batter's box as we move forward.
Was there?
Wind up from Miles, the starter, first delivery, a ball.
Let's see if we can get Joel here to get us moving along, get some base runners.
You know, that's the thing about being a pitcher here in high school. A lot of times you're a pretty good hitter as well, and you get an opportunity to walk up to the plate and give yourself a little bit of a leg up if you're able to start a rally or drive in a run or anything like that. So 2-0 count. Miles delivers outside and low, and it's a 3-0 count to Rios. And you'll take base runners
Absolutely.
in the form of walks, especially someone with a little bit of foot speed like Joel. 3-0 count. Miles winds up, delivers. And that's low, and Rios is on with a walk. 4 pitches at that.
That's a good start.
And so the Lions will bring up Anthony Beltran, the second baseman here, with no outs, and Rios on first. He'll have a courtesy runner, actually, as Charlie McCabe will come in to courtesy run for the starting pitcher. McCabe, one of the often used courtesy runners by Coach Grissom. Very intelligent base runner and pretty good foot speed as well.
Yeah, he can fly.
So he's on first, waiting to be driven around by AB, Anthony Beltran, the second baseman. So Miles starts the windup, delivers. First delivery, a strike to Beltran on the outside corner. Nice off-speed pitch. Broke a little bit low, but after it crossed the strike zone, evidently 0-1 count.
Yeah, Anthony walked his last time at bat.
He's got a good eye, very selective. We mentioned he has 12 RBIs on the season. Here's the delivery outside. It's a 1-1 count now. McCabe getting just a little bit of a lead, enough to give Miles pause and have him look back as he winds. 1-1 delivery. There's a throw from the catcher as McCabe steals. He looked like he was under the tag, but they're going to call him out. Coach Grissom may want to pay a visit here, and that'll be the first out for the Lions, and they lose their base runner here in the fourth inning.
Yeah, tough break there.
And a 1-1 count to Beltran.
That's one of your rally breakers there.
Yeah, that'll take the wind out of your sails a little bit.
Will.
That delivery, a ball. You like to see how a team reacts after something like that. You know, you can kind of see how their intestinal fortitude, whether they get down on themselves. 2-1 delivery here from Miles, and that's slapped to left field by Beltran, and it's going to be a double. Beltran is in, standing up at second base. And so with one out, the Lions get that runner over at second base anyway. So Beltran would have probably sacrificed McCabe over anyway, or Coach Grissom would have accepted a an out for a runner at second.
Yeah.
And so the Lions end up where they wanted to be anyway here, with Hensley coming to the plate and 1 out.
Yeah, that's just tough luck there. You're trying to be aggressive and get yourself back in this game, and that caught stealing kind of hurt. So let's hopefully we can make up for it here and get a big hit from Hensley.
They got a little bit of a timeout. I'm not sure who called it. Hensley decided Miles taking too long on the mound there. Steps out, resets. Miles starts the windup. He delivers. First delivery low and outside for a ball.
This is really good to see, because we need to get this kid to throw some pitches. We need to work some counts here.
Yeah,
kind of make it easy
he's
on him.
Stayed ahead of in most of the at bats in the count, and that's why he's only got a 1-hitter so far. Hensley swinging at that one, that off-speed pitch. Could not wait for it to get there, and he saw meat and swung away, and he could way out in front of it. It's a 1-1 count.
I think that's a changeup. I'm wondering if it might be something else, but it certainly has kept our hitters off balance.
Yeah, he's throwing some junk. 1-1 delivery. That one in for a strike. Very similar pitch, but it stayed up instead of dropping. And you can see he's got the line hitters a little flustered with those pitches. 1-2 count here to Hensley with Beltran on second. 1 out. There's the windup. Hensley slaps it foul into the ropes course over there. So the count will remain 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Lions have a 2-hitter here. Beltran having that second hit just now. 1-2 count as Miles winds and delivers inside. It's a 2-2 count now as Hensley works it back even. And as you mentioned, Eric, you want to see them force him into multiple extra pitches here and force him to throw strikes.
Absolutely.
So we got a 2-2 count to Hensley here, 1 out.
Get the big hit right here. That'd be nice.
Miles winds, delivers. It's low for a ball, man. That one was very close. The count is full here. Hensley able to lay off that pitch, one that this announcer wouldn't have been able to lay off of. Of course, I wouldn't have been able to work the count to 3-2 either, as I probably would have swung in the first 3 offerings.
You and I both.
Yeah, they might have plunked us likely. Would have had one pitch at bat. So payoff pitch for Miles, and Hensley goes down swinging. And that'll be the second out for the Lions here in the 4th. Can't afford to leave another runner on the base path. And so Omar Hernandez, the left fielder, will come up to the plate here with 2 outs.
Yeah, Omar reached on a fielder's choice on that bang at home.
By the second baseman.
Yeah.
So Miles.
Omar hit it hard.
Ready to face Hernandez. He starts the windup here, looks at second, delivers, outside ball. So Miles again taking a little bit more time with runners on. 1-0 delivery. And it's a 2-0 count, and Beltran will advance to second on the pass ball. And there was a good throw by the catcher, Lucas. He's definitely got an arm behind the plate. Very accurate with his throws, but Beltran is in safely at third, and so the Lions have a runner 90 feet away. Hernandez just needs to lift it out of the infield here to get a runner home. So it's 2-0 count. Miles winds, and Hernandez, man, if he could have just been a microsecond ahead of that one, that would have been probably a triple.
That's an aggressive swing right there. Not getting cheated, Omar.
Well, it's a 2-1 count now here to Hernandez with 2 outs. Lions needing runners to come home here, and they have one just 90 feet away. Can't afford to strand him. Miles winds, delivers the 2-1 pitch. Slap to the shortstop. Hernandez is hustling down the line. He's not going to beat the throw, though, and the Lobos get out of the fourth without giving up that run. And so the Lions will head to the top here of the fifth inning, and the Lions still trailing the Lobos 3-0. I'll take a moment here and mention the sponsors for Leander Baseball. They include Lowe's, Leander Orthodontics at 512-260-5300. Take 5 Haircuts, where in this announcer's opinion, Shane Miles should make an appointment. That's 512-506-9055. Timmons Insurance Agency at 512-402-0595. Malik & Company, Texas Spine and Injury Center, Austin Simply Fit, and then Amy Maddox with Allstate. And so those are your Booster Club sponsors. Rios will remain on the mound for Leander, and he's, having a pretty good, typical Rios start. He's given up only a couple of hits. The Lobos have done a good job of plating runners they have gotten onto the base pad, and the Lions have stranded theirs. And, it really hurt the Lions in the series against Lake Travis and in the series against Westlake, stranding runners. That game 1 against Westlake, they stranded 12 runners.
Wow.
So,
I knew there were quite a few.
It's difficult to win games when that happens to you. And ultimately, they were just one hit away from scoring a lot of runs in that game. So, unfortunately, they didn't, and they lose it. And so they got to do something here. First, we'll try to get some outs here as Austin Gonzalez steps to the plate here for Lehman. Rios winds and delivers. The first pitch is a strike right down the middle.
So Austin had a base hit his first time, his last at bat. He's also grounded out to Rios again.
That delivery, a ball from Rios. It's a 1-1 count now. Rios starts the windup. Delivers home and gets a big cut on that pitch. It started inside, broke outside. Gonzalez was fooled by that pitch. 1-2 delivery coming up from Rios as he winds and delivers. And it slapped right up the middle for a base hit, basically where there were no defenders there in the infield. And so the Lobos have another runner on here to open the fifth. Every inning so far, they've had base runners.
Yeah, nice job of hitting there. Joel tried to work him inside, and he was able to muscle that one up the middle.
So Albert Martinez coming to the plate now for the Lobos. Martinez, the third baseman, number 11.
He walked his last time at bat.
Rios delivers, and it's a base hit for Martinez on the first delivery. And the runner from first will advance Gonzalez all the way to third, and so there'll be runners on the corners here with no outs for the Lobos. Coming up now for the Lobos will be Lucas Abbott, the catcher. Abbott showing some defensive skills from behind the plate. What do he do?
He's a young man that was hit his last at bat.
So he walked his first at bat, and he got hit by a pitch his second at bat.
He did. I think it was the bases loaded, when he was hit.
So he got an RBI by getting plunked.
Matter of fact, I need to mark that RBI, right?
Wind up from Rios, and big cut, and ball gets by Maddox, and the throw to Rios is just, you can see the slick conditions there as, who is that? Number 15, Ellis, trying to back up Rios, slid across the infield. And so it looks like Ellis is in defensively at first base. And so runner will advance home, and a runner will advance to second. And so it is now 4 0. That's a strike on the outside corner here to the new hitter, who is Sullins. No, where are we at? Is it
We're still on
We're
Abbott.
still
here.
at Abbott.
I know it seemed like a long at bat, didn't it?
Yeah, 0-2. That one in the
a
dirt.
lot going on there. And the young man still at bat.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
You know, that's just one of those cases where, you know, the Lobos were being aggressive on the base pass, and it just paid off for them. Last inning, we were being pretty aggressive there, and it just didn't pan out for us. So let's hope we can get a fly ball here or a ground out.
The Lions will continue to grind here. Rios slaps it to the second baseman, and he'll get the hitter for the first out. The runner at second will advance over to third, and so with a runner on third and 1 out, the Lobos will bring up number 10, and that is Braden Sullins.
Yeah, Sullins is
Now
up.
batting number 10, Braden
Sullins, the shortstop for the Lobos. He steps into the batter's box to face Rios here. Needing a strikeout here, or a infield fly or something. First delivery, Rios drops sidearm, and it's hit foul for an 0-1 count. Somebody did something that I didn't see as the crowd goes crazy.
I think probably the
Caught a foul. Oh, so who's on deck? That's Edwards, the pitcher from last night. Bare hands the foul ball while he's on deck. Nice play from Montgomery. Did he catch it? He did catch it, and that's the runner does tag and score. So there is a sacrifice there for the second out. Is now 5-0 Lobos. So the bases will be empty now. And who comes to the plate? Number 16, Edwards, whose hands got to be hurting after bare handing that foul ball while he was on deck.
Yeah, that was a great play by Mason out in center. He had to go a long way for that.
Yeah, and
it looks like he called off Kellum and right.
Noah potentially could have made that play, but he was pretty far over in right field, and so that's good communication by the outfielders. You like to see them at least talking.
Yeah, that's one of those that could go wrong. So I'm glad it came out good for us.
Salazar able to field that
nice
offering
play
there from Edwards. And the Lions get the third out here in the top of the fifth. So we'll move to the bottom of the fifth. But the Lions gave up 2 runs there in the top of the fifth, and they're really needing some base runners and some runs here as we head into the bottom of the fifth. So we'll be right back. You're listening to Leander Line Baseball at SHN Sports.
Hey friends, Rob Pipp here, Director of Operations with SHN Sports. Need a friendly reminder of upcoming broadcasts? We have a simple solution. Join the SHN VIP list today. Stay up to date with upcoming broadcasts, events, and other exclusive content. Visit shnsports.com/VIP. That's shnsports.com/VIP. Thousands of listeners, laser-focused marketing, and showing a high level of community involvement. Those are a few of many reasons to advertise with SHN Sports. We strive to keep our broadcast as affordable as possible, and your support makes that happen. Please consider advertising with SHN Sports. Email rob@shnsports.com. That's rob@shnsports.com. We have a solution for everyone.
It's Coach Kano. You're watching the Leander Lions on SHN Sports. Go Lions.
Welcome back to the Diamond here at Leander, where the Lions trail the Lobos here in Game 2 of the 3-game series, 5-0. The starting pitcher for the Lobos, despite my ribbing about his long hair, is throwing a 2-hitter against the Lions, and a pretty good outing as a couple of decent breaking pitches, off-speed pitches that we've seen him use effectively here today against Leander. So
You know how superstitious baseball players are.
Yeah,
It's
they
probably
are.
going to be a while before he cuts that thing.
Well, like I said earlier, it's maybe a Samson and Delilah kind of situation where you got to have the strength is in the hair. So Maddox coming to the plate for the Lions here to open the bottom of the 5th. First delivery swung on by Maddox and slapped foul for a strike here in the at-bat, 0-1 count. Miles seems to be working a little more slowly. That delivery high, count will even up as at 1.
It's like the Lions have a little action in the bullpen. Jared Cano's warming up.
The righty for the Lions, Cano, potentially coming in, or is he a lefty? He's a lefty.
He's lefty here.
Lefty. There's so many lefties. You're
No.
not you're not used to that. 2-1 count now to Maddox. Miles winds, delivers. Maddox off the tip of the bat, dribbles it to the second baseman. He hustles down the line, but he's unable to beat the throw, and that'll be the first out here in the Lion 5th.
Now batting number 20, Griffin Evans.
So Griffin Evans, the DH for Tyler Karros, the third baseman today, comes to the plate.
Yeah, Griff grounded out to the first baseman his first time up.
So Evans sets up, takes the first delivery from Miles for a strike. Looked like it was up in the strike zone to me, but it's got an 0-1 count now. 1 out. Evans takes that delivery low. It's a 1-1 count now. It's 1 out, just an out. It's a 1-1 count. Miles delivery, it's a strike there. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Maddox now. Or Evans, I mean. Maddox already grounded out here in the 5th. So 1-2 count. Miles winds, delivers to Evans. He slaps it foul, protecting the plate there with 2 strikes. Able to stay alive. Pitch looked a little bit low, but with the strike zone kind of appearing to be shifted inside on a right-handed hitter, he wasn't taking any chances. 1-2 count now. Miles winds up, delivers.
Yes.
Base hit for Evans to right field, and that'll be the 3rd hit given up by Miles.
Now batting number 7, Noah Kellum.
So the Lions will have a runner on first base here with 1 out for Noah Kellum, the right fielder, to come up here. Kellum hitting .250 on the season. Had an out in his first at bat.
Yeah, he jumped on that first pitch, his first time up, grounded out to second baseman.
A little more selective here as he takes a ball on the first delivery.
I'd like to get some base runners here. Start things moving.
I need to score a hit for Evans. Miles delivers there. Kellum slaps it foul. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Kellum, one of those left-handed pitchers for the Lions, really improved at the plate since he's taken over right field on a regular basis here. 1-1 count here. Miles delivers. Hine outside for a ball. Tried to fool Kellum a little bit with that pitch. Kellum wisely lays off of it. It's a 2-1 count. Miles taking his time with Evans on first base. Delivers home. Base hit. And Kellum advances the runners and keeps the rally alive here for the Lions. So the Lions with 1 out will have runners on first and second. And they'll bring their leadoff hitter, Noel Salazar, to the plate. And now's a big chance here for Noel to try to start the Lion rally here as the Lions have started to put some hits together here against Miles. It's taken a little while for them to figure him out. It appears that they may have done so. The catcher goes to pay a visit to the mound. for the starter, Miles, and that's Lucas Abbott, the catcher. And he goes and tries to settle his starter down and is back behind the plate now to face Salazar.
So Noel was a strikeout victim his last at bat.
He slaps it,
Could be
little
trouble.
dribbler, and
Trouble.
Salazar's quick,
Safe.
and all the runners
Thank
are
you.
safe as he legged that one out, and that's you're going to have to count that as an infield hit.
That is a hit. That's
And,
a line drive in the score box there.
Now batting number 9.
Salazar shows why he's leading off. His on-base percentage over 400. Montgomery has been fooled a little bit by Miles here. He'll have an opportunity with the bases juiced and 1 out. First delivery coming up from Miles, high, ball 1. Montgomery is going to wait for that pitch. He's seen Miles a couple of times here today.
Yeah,
so
he's 1 for 2. He had a base hit in the first inning.
1-0 delivery, big cut, could not catch up to it. Fooled by the off-speed pitch again. It's a 1-1 count.
So we got some base runners. Let's see if we can capitalize on these.
Can't strand them. Got 3 of them right now. 1 out. 1-1 delivery here from Miles. Low for a ball. It was a good job by Lucas behind the plate to keep the ball in front of him as the lines were itching to send Evans there from third.
So we got some speed at first and second.
Evans is close enough to score.
Right. So if we can get this ball in the gap, we can score some runs here.
It's a 3-1 count after that delivery from Miles as Montgomery's going to force Miles to throw him a strike here. He's only been fooled by 1 pitch this at bat here, so it's a 3-1 count. Hitters count. Miles winds up, delivers. Montgomery fooled by that one, and it is a full count now. Nice pitch by the starter of the Lobos.
Just Mason needs to protect here and shorten his stroke. Put the ball in play.
Payoff pitch coming up here from Shane Miles. He starts the windup, delivers. And Montgomery goes down. Oh, he foul tips it to stay alive.
Oh, I think the
catcher did catch it.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. That is the second out here in the line, 5th.
Man, that was a tough one.
So,
Barely held on.
Rios. I mean, you can't ask for a better opportunity to help yourself out than having the bases loaded at the plate. And so we'll see what Rios does here at the plate to help his cause. Miles winds and delivers. First delivery, a ball. Dropped right out of the strike zone before it crossed the plate there. 1-0 count. Rios really needing a hit here. 1-0 delivery from Miles. Slap to center field, and that'll score 2 runs. There will be a throw to second, and the throw gets away, and the line runners will advance to second and third. And so that'll be 2 runs for the Lions here with 2 outs, and the runners will be at second and third base. So that's what you need here, and Rios gives himself a little bit of help. And the coaching staff for the Lobos are going to pay a visit to Miles on the mound as Anthony Beltran comes up with a chance to add to the line run total here in the 5th, and we'll see if they take the ball from the starter, Shane Miles.
Well, you know, we got a little help there, and a clutch hit by Rios.
Yeah, he hit it pretty much where there were no fielders, and poor throw from the center fielder allowed the Lions to get an extra run in.
You know, the funny thing is on that throw, they had Noel at second, and that ball was way offline. And
had it been online, they probably would have gotten him there at second.
And yeah, it was just a bad throw, but it's nice to see those base runners move up. We got 2 in scoring position, and we got 2 outs.
Looks like they're going to leave Miles in here, and so Beltran will have somebody he's seen a couple of times pitching to him here with the runners just 90 and 180 feet away from the home plate. First delivery outside, ball 1. And you can kind of see Miles is not quite as accurate with his pitches as he had been up to this point. Or he was trying to fool Beltran here. 1-0 delivery. That one on the outside corner.
Wow.
And that's pretty much as fast of a fastball as we've seen Miles throw.
Yeah.
So was that about 75 probably?
I don't know. Put a little bit more on that.
1-1 delivery coming up. Beltran with a base hit. That'll score 2. And the Lions are within a run here with 2 outs. As Beltran has a 2 RBI single to bring the Lions to within 1 here in the 5th. It's 5-4. Coming to the plate now will be Jake Ellis with 2 outs.
Number 15, Jake Ellis.
Ellis coming in for Alex Hensley defensively in the last inning.
Well, we have a ball game, folks.
Yes, we do. Lions, again, continuing to grind and not giving up despite a pretty good, at least beginning 4 innings for the starter for the Lobos. Lions starting to get to him here. 2 outs in the 5th inning. So Miles starts the windup here versus Ellis. First delivery slapped to the shortstop, and the Lobos are able to get out after giving up 4 runs, though, as the Lions will move to the top of the 6th with a much closer score than we started the 5th, as it is now 5-4. If you're looking at the line after 5 innings, it's 5 runs on 4 hits for the Lobos. 4 runs on 5 hits and 1 error for Leander. We'll be right back. You're listening to Leander Line Baseball here on SHN Sports. Stay tuned.
Who was that that just...
Hey friends, Rob Hipp here, Director of Operations with SHN Sports. Need a friendly reminder of upcoming broadcasts? We have a simple solution. Join the SHN VIP list today. Stay up to date with upcoming broadcasts, events, and other exclusive content. Visit shnsports.com/VIP. That's shnsports.com/VIP.
Safe driving should be rewarded. That's Allstate's stand. Contact your local Allstate agent, Amy Maddox, at 512-257-1753. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Thousands of listeners, laser-focused marketing, and showing a high level of community involvement. Those are a few of many reasons to advertise with SHN Sports. We strive to keep our broadcast as affordable as possible, and your support makes that happen. Please consider advertising with SHN Sports. Email rob@shnsports.com. That's rob@shnsports.com. We have a solution for everyone.
Welcome back to the Diamond at Leander, where we're opening the 6th inning here. The Lobos gave up 4 runs. The pitcher, Miles, will at least remain as a hitter in the batting order here in the top of the 6th inning as he steps to the plate here to open the Lobos 6th. Rios remaining the starter for the Lions, winds and delivers. That first pitch is a ball on the outside. 1-0 count to Miles. See if the Lions can keep the Lobos from getting any base runners here, as that's really been the line bugaboo so far, as they've given up a lot of base runners. So we have a 1-1 delivery here from Rios, low for a ball. It's a 2-1 count. Rios continues to grind for the Lions, as we talked about he would and typically does. Both him and Ryan Gallagher they just eat up innings. That one a strike on the inside corner. It's a 2-2 count.
Nice pitch there. I like to see him work inside.
Yeah, especially against the righties. 2-2 count.
Oh.
Low, and the count will run full for Miles. And, yeah, you don't want to put a guy on with a walk here, and the Lions have done that a few times here. To allow the Lobos to really affect what the Lions
Nice
are doing
pitch there.
defensively. And that is a strikeout for Rios there for the first out. So Miles goes down swinging, and the next hitter will be
Mr. Martinez.
We have a couple of Martinezes, so that's John
Sorry.
Martinez.
John Martinez.
We have an Albert and a John. I don't know that they're related or not, but I always assume so. Big cut from John Martinez for a strike there from Rios here for the first delivery of the at-bat.
He had he put down a nice sacrifice bunt his last time at bat and grounded out to short.
He slaps it to first where Ellis makes a nice play and gets the out, the second out here. Ellis, they did a good job of not freaking out because that ball just rode the foul line all the way down and then bounced up at the bag. And
when it hit, I think it hit the bag. I think barely right. That's where it gets dangerous because it can skip away from you.
And Ellis did a good job of not overreacting to the ball hitting the bag, and he was able to knock it down and easily pick it up and get the out there. So it's 2 outs, and that first delivery is right to the third baseman, and the throw to Ellis is not in time as he could not hang on to it, and there will be a runner over on first with 2 outs here.
E5.
And that was Evans, Chaston Evans, the DH, and so Gettig will come up here with 2 outs and a runner on first. Karros, the third baseman, had a tough throw. He made a nice play with the glove, but the throw was a little difficult for the first baseman Ellis to handle over there, and so 2 outs. Ben Gettig steps to the plate to face Rios. Rios takes a breath, goes sidearm. Gettig slaps it foul for the first strike of the at-bat. Gettig, a pretty good hitter. He's a kind of a slight fellow.
Yeah, he has a hit in this game. Joel seems to be working ahead a little bit, which is a nice thing to see.
Gettig slaps that one to center. 1 hop, and it's off of Montgomery's chest, and the runner advances over to second, Gonzalez. And so there will be runners on the corners here with 2 outs for the Lobos as they bring to the plate Austin Gonzalez, the right fielder.
Now batting number 7, Austin Gonzalez.
So let's keep that runner right there at third.
Yeah, the Lions need to get a strikeout here, some quick, easy out, and then move on over to the bottom of the 6th inning where they can try to tie this or take the lead here. Rios starts his windup, runners on the corners, first delivery on the inside corner, and that's a strike.
Like that. That's a nice pitch.
Yeah, we mentioned that just on the last couple of hitters. You'd like to see him work inside, especially against the righties. That's a tough area for a right-handed hitter to hit the ball. 0-1 count. There's a delivery, sidearm, and a swing and a miss. And so the count 0-2 to Gonzalez. And here you'd like to see Rios just going ahead and get a strikeout here. And we'll move on to the 6th inning. Rios taking his time on the mound. And they catch the runner off, and they're looking at third. Beltran's, they're going to get the runner at third in a pickle. Karros gets it down to Maddox, and they have the runner down in a pickle, and they're going to get him.
There we go. Good job.
Great job by the catcher Maddox there. He had a chance to really try to make a throw there, and it potential dangerous play, and he fakes a throw. The runner over on first was or on third was Evans, who was caught in the pickle, and he adjusted trying to go back, and Maddox, because he faked the throw, still had the ball and was able to make that play here. And so we'll move to the bottom of the 6th inning where the Lobos lead Leander 5-4, and the Lions have real chance here to get this game back into where they want it at, and that is a W. Looks like Miles will remain the pitcher here.
So don't let me forget. So Mr. Gonzalez, Austin was still at bat, so he'll come back up.
Okay.
That 7th inning. Also, don't expect me to try to score that
No, that's fine. You should see my boxes.
I can throw out some numbers for you.
It's a kind of a general box is what I like.
I can tell you the most important one ended in 2, and that was Maddox's getting the out there.
That's right. It was,
third.
a great play by the catcher. And also a pretty good catch and throw by Karos as he had to catch a ball coming from center field or second base rather. It was a little bit high, and he was able to jump up and then throw it to Maddox to get Evans in a pickle on the third base line. So looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter come up for Leander here as we open the 6th inning. I don't see who it is. Is it McCabe? It's hard to tell because I can't see the number. Charlie McCabe is at the plate as a pinch hitter.
I'm trying to find my place here on the.
He got a hit late against the Chaparrals in a pinch hit.
So he's going in the left field for Omar. Charlie.
Miles winds up and delivers a ball on the first pitch of the McCabe at bat here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Try to get McCabe on here. He's got a lot of speed. Takes a swing at that delivery. Kind of a lazy swing on the off-speed pitch. It's a 1-1 count now to McCabe. Miles continuing to work for the Lobos. 1-1 delivery. A ball on the outside. 2-1 count now.
So we need some base runners again.
Yeah. Start with a speedy one like McCabe. Miles winds, delivers the 2-1 pitch. McCabe lifts it up. It's going to be a fly ball to second base, and the play is made by the second baseman. So there'll be one out here in the Lions' 6th, as coming to the plate will be Griffin Evans. No, 22. Clayton.
Actually, we got a pinch hitter.
Yeah, we got a pinch hitter. It's 22 is that is Jared Cano coming to pinch hit.
My guess is Hudson Ruins maybe going to come in and catch.
Now batting number 22, Jared Cano.
We'll see here.
Well, let's see. You know, if the reliever,
it depends
on who the reliever is.
Yeah.
So Cano steps in with one out and gets a hit right to the first baseman for the second out here in the Lions' 6th. And so quickly Cano, just one pitch at bat, and he's out, and coming to the plate now will be Griffin Evans, who is the DH today. Miles comes and asks for a better baseball.
Griffin Evans.
So Evans is going to see if he can get a 2-out rally going here in the Lions' 6th inning. Miles continuing to pitch for the Lobos. Winds and delivers. Evans slaps a single to right field. No, it's going to hang up and be out. There wasn't much wind. I don't know how that stayed up, but it did. And so we'll head to the top of the 7th inning where the Lions trail the Lobos here by a score of 5-4. So we'll take a break here on SHN Sports, and we'll be right back. Again, you're listening to Leander Lion Baseball. Stay tuned.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp here, Director of Operations with SHN Sports. Need a friendly reminder of upcoming broadcasts? We have a simple solution. Join the SHN VIP list today. Stay up to date with upcoming broadcasts, events, and other exclusive content. Visit shnsports.com/VIP. That's shnsports.com/VIP. Thousands of listeners, laser-focused marketing, and showing a high level of community involvement. Those are a few of many reasons to advertise with SHN Sports. We strive to keep our broadcast as affordable as possible, and your support makes that happen. Please consider advertising with SHN Sports. Email rob@shnsports.com. That's rob@shnsports.com. We have a solution for everyone.
Safe driving should be rewarded. That's Allstate's stand. Contact your local Allstate agent, Amy Maddox, at 512-257-1753. you're in good hands with Allstate.
Hi, this is Coach King. You're listening to Leander Lions Baseball on SHN Sports.
Welcome back to the diamond here at Leander, where the Lions trail the Lobos 5-4 here as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning. In relief of the starter, Joel Rios, will be Noah Kellum. He had been starting over in right field. And so the Lions will move, I'm not sure who they moved over there into right field. Looks like Alex Young, but
yeah,
it's
Alex.
So, yeah, Alex Young will come in as the right fielder.
Noah Kellum.
So Kellum will face number 7, who was at the plate when the Lions caught the lead runner in a rundown over at third, Cheston Evans. And so Austin Gonzalez, the hitter.
Oh, Mr. Austin's had a couple hits today. So.
Kellum's first delivery, a little bit high for a ball. It's a 1-0 count now to Gonzalez. Kellum working fairly quickly here, 1-0 delivery. That one's a strike. Nice pitch, started outside, broke right across the plate there. 1-1 count now with no outs. Top of the 7th inning. Lions needing outs here. That was a strike pitch, and it gets hammered foul into the corner. So it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. The umpire goes and talks to Noah Kellum, the starter. Not always sure what that's about, but a 1-ball and 2-strike count. Kellum starts the windup, delivers, and it's slapped to Salazar. Loses his footing, is able to scoop it up, and the throw's not in time as Gonzalez was smoking down the line there, leaving a cloud of dust there as he hustles for a safe runner at first base here, and that'll be scored in error. That'll be Salazar's second defensively today. It's not really typical of Noel. So coming to the plate now is number 11, Albert Martinez.
Yeah, that's unfortunately is an error, but boy, those are tough. Those in-betweener, those in-between bounces there. Just not able to field it cleanly.
Especially on a wet day, because you don't know what's going to happen with the ball, where it's going to bounce. First delivery, a strike. Swinging by Gonzalez, or not Gonzalez, Martinez.
Yeah, sorry, I got
Gonzalez is on first.
I'm hiding your scoreboard.
That's all right. Sure. It's your arm. It's like you're taking a test and I'm trying to cheat off of you. 0-1 count. I don't have any experience with that.
I'll give you the answers, John.
And it's a foul tip on that bunt attempt, and so Kellum up in the count here against Martinez. 0-2. Like to see Noah get a strikeout here. On deck for the Lobos is the catcher, Lucas Abbott. 0-2 count. Kellum starts the windup. He delivers home, and he gets him swinging. And so that'll be the first out here in the 7th.
Now batting number 20, Lucas Abbott.
So the catcher, Lucas Abbott, steps up to the plate here with 1 out and a runner on first. Top of the 7th inning. Again, Noah Kellum in relief of the starter, Joel Rios. The Lions looking to get a couple of outs here and try to muster a walk-off win here in the bottom of the 7th. Game 2 of the 3-game series against the Lobos. The last series here in District 25 6A play for Leander. That first delivery on the outside for a ball from Kellum. So we got a 1-0 count to Abbott.
Catcher's looking at his play. His coach called out a number, and he's looking it up on the card there.
Well, he didn't even play in the game last night, so I'm not sure if he got, he's a player that's been with them all year, if he got moved up from the JV or who knows. But it's It's a 1-1 count as he slaps that one foul.
I think the play called was swing away.
You would think a hitter would know that call of all of them.
Yes.
He does. He's looking at
his card again
each time. So
it's probably bunt, right?
You know, that just indicates to me that there
long.
was some kind of issue. Let's long ball Friday. That's what you. Kellum with his patented all-arm throw over to first. 1-1 count. I don't see how he does that. He uses none of his body sometimes when he goes over to first and gets a good throw over there. 1-1 delivery from Kellum. Slapped up the middle. Nice job by Salazar to get the lead runner as he couldn't quite keep his balance to make the throw on the double play attempt, and so they'll get the lead runner and 2 outs.
Now batting number 10.
Actually, that's a fielder's choice to 6 there.
And it could have been a double play had Salazar not lost his footing, and that's where the wet surface affects your play. And so coming up now, Braden Sullins with 2 outs and a runner on first. Kellum winds and delivers. That delivery low for a ball here. 1-0 count.
That was really nice play by Noel.
Yeah, it was excellent because it could have been the kind of bad break that has hurt the Lions this season. But Salazar able to keep enough control of his body to get the glove on second base to get that lead runner. So 1-0 delivery here. Outside for ball 2. Kellum being cautious with Braden Sullins. Pretty good hitter, shortstop for the Lobos. 2-0 count, and there's that all-arm throw over to first. The runner able to get in safely.
Must have been a quarterback in his past life.
Got a 2-0 count coming. There's the windup, and that pitch is outside. It's a 3-0 count to Braden Sullins. Kellum asks for a different baseball, and he gets one. That other one was must have said ball on it because he got three balls in a row. This one must say strike on it.
Just get rid of that one altogether.
Probably had some kind of deep gouge on it. 3-0 delivery, and he walks Sullins in 4 pitches. And so there'll be runners on first and second here with 2 outs for number 16, Justin Edwards, the starting pitcher from last night's ball game. And Coach Cano's going to pay a visit to his junior lefty on the mound in relief, Noah Kellum, and it's just to calm him down. You know, Noah, you would know probably better than anybody. He's kind of an emotional player at times. Not afraid to bark at umpires when he doesn't get a call his way, and whether it's at the plate or on the mound, he's a vocal, emotional player, and you kind of like that in your reliever. You kind of want a bulldog to come out there and be aggressive. And that's probably what Coach Cano told him. Just throw strikes. Be aggressive.
Let your defense help you on these, right?
So first delivery is going to be a strike there. Edwards steps back in the box here, so we got an 0-1 delivery coming up from Noah Kellum. Starts the windup, he delivers. Big cut, and he misses. So that's strike 2. Edwards down in the count to Kellum 0-2 here with 2 outs. He's got 2 runners on. Kellum starts the windup, he delivers home. Fouled to stay alive by Edwards. That was a good pitch from Kellum, but Edwards was able to get just a piece of it.
Almost like a 9-iron there.
Yeah, that's
a piece of that one.
That looked about like my drive going backwards. Any chip I might make. 0-2 count now. Kellum Looks over at second, starts the windup, delivers home, and it's slapped to Salazar, who throws to first to get the runner, and that'll be the Lobos' 7th inning as the Lions force a couple of stranded runners, and we'll move to the potential last 3 outs here for Leander as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, where Leander trails the Lobos by a score of 5-4. We'll take one more break here. You're listening to SHN Sports Leander Lions Baseball. We'll be right back.
Hey friends, Rob Hipp here, Director of Operations with SHN Sports. Need a friendly reminder of upcoming broadcasts? We have a simple solution. Join the SHN VIP list today. Stay up to date with upcoming broadcasts, events, and other exclusive content. Visit shnsports.com/VIP. That's shnsports.com/VIP. Thousands of listeners, laser-focused marketing, and showing a high level of community involvement. Those are a few of many reasons to advertise with SHN Sports. We strive to keep our broadcast as affordable as possible, and your support makes that happen. Please consider advertising with SHN Sports. Email rob@shnsports.com. That's rob@shnsports.com. We have a solution for everyone.
This is Coach Grissom, and you're listening to Leander Line Baseball on SHN Sports.
Welcome back to the Diamond at Leander, where the Lions, down to their last 3 outs here to try to get a win here in Game 2. They won Game 1 last night, 9-1 against the Lobos. They trailed in this game 5-0, but had a big 5th inning, able to plate 4 runs and pull themselves within a run here. Coming up to the plate to lead off the 7th inning will be Noah Kellum, the relief pitcher. What a chance here to get yourself a win by getting on base here and getting around the base path to score a run. So Kellum steps in to face Miles. How's Noah done at the plate today?
Yeah, he's singled and he grounded out in the first inning.
Swinging on the first pitch, high fly ball to short.
Doesn't have the distance.
Didn't quite get out of here. So that'll be an out here on one pitch here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So the Lions will bring the top of their order up. You can't really ask for much better than that with Salazar coming up to the plate. Montgomery on deck. Only down 1. Salazar needs to get on here.
Yeah, we need some base runners here.
Miles' first delivery is slapped back foul, out of play, into the reserve section right here in front of us for the first strike of the at-bat.
Thought I was going to have a shot at that one.
You'd have had to go through a couple of panes of glass.
Maybe.
But I'll tell you, the ones that get me are the ones that hit the top of the box here, because you know it's coming, and it's always louder than you expect.
Oh, yeah.
0-1 count. Salazar slaps it to second. He's hustling down the line. There's the throw. And that's the second out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. So the Lions find themselves down to their last out here. And might as well have your highest average hitter come up with 2 outs, and that's Mason Montgomery, although he's had a tough time against Miles today.
He had a single in the first, and he's flown out and struck out last 2 at-bats. So maybe he can get a nice fastball here and turn on it out of
I think
park.
the only fastball Miles has thrown him was that hit, the base hit.
Yeah.
1-0 count. Miles winds, delivers, and Montgomery goes big cut on that outside pitch, missing it. 1-1 count. It's a tense moment. 1-1 delivery. That pitch in the dirt for a ball. It's a 2-1 count now to Montgomery.
Mason does have some power.
Well, he can take it. He can take it out of the park.
We've seen that. So,
but he's got to get the right pitch to do it. The wind is blowing in, but it's not a significant breeze. 2-1 delivery here from Miles, and it's a 2-2 count as the bottom dropped out of that pitch. Fooled Mason.
Yeah, that pitch has been there all day for Mr. Miles. So he's pitched a hell of a game.
Montgomery hits it foul, and it is playable. No, it just gets out of play there. Count will remain 2 balls and 2 strikes to Montgomery here, and the Lions essentially down to their last strike potentially. Shane Miles trying to get a complete game win for the Lobos here. They lead 5-4 over Leander.
Yeah, if we can somehow get Mason on second with a double, perhaps, and get Joel up there in a key moment of the game would be nice. But
Montgomery goes down swinging, and that'll be the last out here, and the Lobos will defeat the Lions in 7 innings, 5-4, and the teams will meet again on Tuesday night to take on each other to finish out the 3-game series. I appreciate you coming out with us
Chuck, and I also want to remind your listeners that it is senior night Tuesday at the park, so we will be honoring the Lion seniors.
So we expect everybody to come out if you can and support your Lions and these guys that battled all season. It is senior night. Thank you for listening to SHN Sports. We'll see you on Tuesday.
The proceeding was a presentation of the SHNSports.com broadcast network. This broadcast was under the direction and copywritten by the Shoning Hip Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, use of sound bites and interviews, and use of any other content, including audio or video, without the direct written consent and permission by the Shoning Hip Network is strictly prohibited and protected by federal copyright laws. All rights are reserved by the Shoning Hip Network and SHNSports.com. On behalf of Rob Hip, Director of Operations, Carl Shoning, Director of Broadcasting, Mike Capps, the SHN Broadcast Academy Director, and all of our crews who make these broadcasts possible, we wish you well and thanks for joining us.